patterns are hidden in plain sight. You just have to know where to look. Things most people see as chaos actually follow subtle laws of behavior. Galaxies, plants, seashells. The patterns never lie, but only some of us can see how the pieces fit together. 7,080,360,000 of us live on this tiny planet. This is the story of some of those people. There's an ancient Chinese myth about the red thread of fate. It says that the gods have tied a red thread around every one of our ankles and attached it to all the people whose lives we are destined to touch. This thread may stretch or tangle, but it will never break. It's all been predetermined by mathematical probability, and it's my job to keep track of those numbers, to make the connections for those who need to find each other, the ones whose lives need to touch. I was born 4,161 days ago, on October 26, 2000. I've been alive for 11 years, 4 months, 21 days, and 14 hours, and in all that time, I've never said a single word. My name is Jake. I was born 4,165 days ago, on October 26, 2000. I live on this planet with 7,080,360,000 other people. This is the story of some of those people. Today, the average person will say 2,250 words to 7.4 other individuals. We'll send over 300 billion emails, 19 billion text messages, all adding to the giant mosaic of patterns and ratios. Mathematical in design, these patterns are hidden in plain sight. You just have to know where to look. But only some of us can see how the pieces fit together. It's all been predetermined by mathematical probability, and it's my job to keep track of those numbers, to make the connections for those who need to find each other, the ones whose lives need to touch. I was born on October 26, 2000. I've been alive for 11 years, 4 months, 25 days, and 13 hours. And in all that time, I've never said a single word. There are 3 million species of animals living in tropical rainforests, and one of them, the red fire ant, lives underground, under constant threat of annihilation from flash floods. Nature doesn't care. If a species wants to survive, it has to prove it deserves to. When the floods come, fire ants hold on to each other, creating a living raft that can float until the water recedes. Months if necessary. So how does a species figure something like that out? Instinct? Trial and error? Was there one fire ant who was being swept away by the rushing water and grabbed onto another ant? only to find that together they could float? What if you were the one who knew what needed to be done? But you had no words. How do you make the others understand? How do you call for help? The first transatlantic telegraph cable was made of 340,500 miles of copper and iron wire, designed to stretch 2,876.95 miles along the ocean floor. Once the cable was in place, you could use electrical impulses and signal code to send any message you wanted to the other side of the world. Human beings are hardwired with the impulse to share our ideas and the desire to know we've been heard. It's all part of our need for community. That's why we're constantly sending out signals and signs, and why we look for them from other people. We're always waiting for messages, hoping for connection. And if we haven't received a message, that doesn't always mean it hasn't been sent to us. Sometimes it means we haven't listened hard enough. $490,000 babies will be born today. Each of them unique. And each one of them a link in the greater human chain. And the moment their umbilical cord is severed, they'll become an individual with their own hopes, dreams, and desires. But in fact, each one of us is actually made up of a dozen systems.
对不起，这个我不晓得我在哪里。这个I'm lost.
I'm
Central Park.
Go 2 blocks this way.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. 谢谢。谢谢。Thank you.
Which in turn comprise 60 trillion cells. And those cells house countless proteins, DNA organelles. What appears to be an individual is actually a network.
Excuse me. Drop this.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Each one of us is in fact a living, breathing community, but it doesn't stop there. Why would it?
Prochaine station, Champ de Mars. Attention, champ Mars.
Attention, préposé à la station Montmorency, veuillez communiquer s'il vous plaît. Attention, préposé à la station Montmorency.
Every individual hope you harbor, every dream you attain, every desire you fulfill has an impact far greater than you can imagine. At least that's how it looks from Lauren. "89 degrees, 15 minutes, and 50.8 seconds. That's the current position of Polaris, the northern star. Viewed from another planet, it's just one among many. But on Earth, it's uniquely important, fixed in place, an anchor. No matter where you are in the northern hemisphere, if you face Polaris, you face north. You know where you are. But there are other ways to get lost. And the choices we make in events that overwhelm us even within our own minds. What could be our anchor then? What beacon can we turn to? To guide us from darkness to light. What if it's other people? The lives that touch our own in ways big and small. Because unlike Polaris, the light they bring will never fade.